Hey guys, I'm Tech from Tech Driven, and today I'm going to show you my $15,000 workhorse gaming PC. It is a giant. It's expensive, and it has a trash bag over it. But don't worry, it's off right now. It's in sleep mode, so it's not killing it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Here we go. Can you see it? The brand name, of course, if you see from the logo, it's Origin. Origin Genesis, to be exact, the biggest PC that they actually sell, at least we're selling. They might come up with a new model. There might be new models now, but as far as I know, Genesis is the biggest PC case they have, and of course you would want to put the top of the line stuff in this particular case because it is a giant heavy case. So let's power it on, shall we? First thing with this giant, you'll notice that it's quite loud, and that's because it has a lot of stuff on it. So what I have here is a LG 27UL600 4K monitor PC. Of course, I have two of those monitors, and this computer is going to go home with me now as it was used for something else for quite a while. That's why I spent 15 grand on it. And full disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by Origin by any chance or LG. And this PC, although I did pay $15,000 for it, it's about a little over 3 years old. So the parts that are inside may not be top of the line anymore, but they were when I was purchasing it. So let's dig in and see what's inside. So before I pop the hood, let me show you what's in the front. You got your temperatures, which right now it's running at about 24 Celsius. You got your multiple hard drives that you can add on. Right now it's empty, just because I took them all out, the ones that were in there. I'm gonna place new ones in there that will have my photos, videos, all the stuff separate on separate hard drives. Hot swappable, of course. Just a DVD drive from Asus, and of course, few RGB lights. Normally I would just build my own computer. So what happened here was, I can't really go into details, but I bought this PC specifically for a project that I could get some money for while they're using it for 3D models and all that kind of stuff for investors and all that stuff. And they used it for a year just to show off the designs. Let me tell you one thing, it's heavy as hell. It's really heavy. And not to mention, it's quite loud. You can probably hear the fans. Even though this is a water-cooled system, it has a lot of fans. So, pop the hood, you pop it in. You get a plexiglass here. Remember, Genesis might have upgraded this a little bit. I'm not sure. But when I got it, this was the top of the line. So let's start with the motherboard. What I have here is Asus Republic of Gamers Extreme motherboard with an Intel i7 5960X processor, which is good now, but it was really good when it came out. And of course, since then, of course, AMD took over, and that's history. But I can still upgrade this PC later on in time to AMD if I needed to, or if the time arises where this Intel is not good enough. Of course, we got 32 gigabytes RAM from Corsair, and of course we got dual EVGA in SLI mode cards in here. Those are the Titan X Pascal video cards, which were the top of the line at the moment. before the 1080 Ti came out and squashed them a little bit. But at the time when I purchased it, they weren't top of the line. And of course, in the bottom, we got a Corsair AX1500i power supply to power all this. And of course, all this, the CPU, the video cards, everything is cooled with water. So what I have here is a giant radiator with 3 fans on it, on this side, on the other side, and on top. And all those 3 giant radiators are cooling the 2 video cards and the CPU only. The hard drive cage, of course, is just for external hard drives. And I have an SSD from Samsung, that's a 500 gigabytes 850 Pro, which is quite fast. However, this motherboard does support NVMe. It's just at a time when I was building this PC, NVMe were so expensive, and I just couldn't justify the price on getting NVMe, especially that I didn't need it at the time. But if you click like on this video and subscribe, I will show you how to put an NVMe in this system and see how fast it really gets when you have really top of the line stuff, except maybe the CPU, which is a little old. In the back, we got our 2 video cards up, which support virtual reality. We got lots of inputs here, and of course another side is just blank. So let me put this back in. So most of the stuff here in the back, as you can see, is quite tight. And of course we got the SSD right here. That's the Samsung 850. But hope you can see it. That's our slot right there for our NVMe SSD. So let me put the cover back in and we can do some bench testing. We all want bench testing, don't we? So I got the Cinebench R15 installed on this computer and we're about to run a test. But before I run the test, I just want to point out that this computer has not been overclocked as of yet. I lost all the configuration, so we'll do that later on time after I do some upgrades to it. But for now, without any overclocking, let's run the test and see what we get. Here's the score. 115.68, 8 core, 16 threads, 3 GHz with G4 GTX Titan X and SSE mode. So our results are 1,298. So this is not bad. It's not super great, but it's not bad considering that the computer is 3 years old, and not to mention that this is not overclocked in any way. So once I do a little upgrade to this PC, I plan to overclock it and make sure that I take advantage of the water cooling, because right now I have this massive water cooling that we can really overclock this computer to perform a lot better than it's currently performing. But overall, just like it is out of the box without overclocking, not with the overclock stock that Origin ships, this has been all cleared, all reset to default, and this is our result. So it's not bad. So right now you would say this is not worth $15,000, but it was. And you know, if I put an additional few $1,000s in it right now, I can get it back into the $50,000 range. Just because the Origin, one thing they do really great is they have this nice chassis that's fully modular. You can really put anything inside. It has the space, it has the capacity for cooling to overclock pretty much anything you throw it at. So I hope at least I made some people jealous with this PC, and thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe, and I will update this computer with NVMe. We can test it out, see how fast it will become just from an NVMe upgrade versus the 850 Pro that I have currently in this computer. I do have to upgrade my SSD from 512 gigabytes to 1 TB just because right now it's almost full. So NVMe, here we go. We're gonna test how fast it is now and We'll test it with the NVMe, and we'll see how difficult it's to install. So make sure you click like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my other videos. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.